I need to talk to you guys about two completely unrelated things that have been brought to my attention over the course of last week. You might initially think, oh, these two things are related, but you must believe me, they're completely unrelated things that I'm about to say, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Topic number one. It has recently come to my attention that using very little audio, you can now clone someone's voice and get them to say whatever you want them to say.
We talked about this actually.
It's quite extraordinary. I mean, the technology is now at a really amazing point, and it is haunting. It is haunting what is able to be achieved. And I assume in the future there'll be a great number of panics over deep fakes and fake things that didn't actually happen. That's topic one. Completely unrelated topic two. I have been secretly recording all of my conversations with Devindra Hardawar and Jeff Kanata privately. I know this is a shocking fact, guys. Like,
I pretty much assumed.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm in a one-party state. I think I have no idea. But anyway, point being, I have over time. You can imagine having recorded all of our personal conversations without their knowledge. I have over time amassed a number of very upsetting confessions.
Oh boy,
that Devindra and Jeff have been able to make that I will now play for you here on the podcast.
This should be illegal.
On this week's After Dark. Let's start with this clip that I recorded during a conversation with Jeff Kanata. This is honestly shocking. Okay, here's the clip.
Avatar is not a great film. It's not even a good one. Its biggest cultural legacy will be that it made a bunch of theaters upgrade to 3D for no reason. I'm sad that I ever said I liked it publicly on this podcast, and you should consider this statement I'm making now to be a recantation of all previous statements. I can confirm that this is Jeff Kanata saying these words right now, and not anyone or anything else.
And also, the way to pronounce your name,
Dave.
That was a clip. Yeah, weird mispronunciation of your name slightly. That was kind of weird.
I said that to you in confidence, Dave. That was not to be repeated. I don't know if you're aware of this, but that completely refutes my entire position that I've held for a decade on this show.
It's so weird to me that you would just kind of blurt that out like that.
It makes me seem like an absolute hypocrite, David.
But you know what? Even more weird, Jeff, than that was this clip from Devindra that I recorded during a private chat. Here's the clip.
Avatar is one of the most culturally relevant movies of all time. I know I've previously said it's weird that no one ever talks about this movie, but I was totally 100% completely, absolutely wrong on this. I dream of Avatar all the time, and I know for a fact all the people I follow on social media do as well. I hereby swear that I shall never question the cultural relevance of this movie ever again. Also, I plan to cosplay as Jake Sully at every single Comic-Con for the rest of my life.
That was a clip.
A shocking admission, Devindra.
Yeah, I mean, my costume is right here. It's off camera.
Yeah, that's so weird. That's so weird. It's so weird that Devindra has spent 10 years giving Jeff a hard time about that. And then in private, that he would just...
Wow.
That he would just kind of admit that he thinks it's actually culturally relevant. What a bizarre...
I mean, David, the thing that is irrefutable about this
is
that is clearly Devindra in his own voice, speaking in his own words.
There's no question about that.
Yeah.
Guys, like, I hate to tell you, the truth bombs don't stop there. I mean, here is another clip from Jeff Kanata in a private conversation. This one's much more sweeping. Like, let's take a listen. Here's the clip.
David Chen. It's time for me to make a confession to the world. I've been wrong about everything. Literally every single opinion I've expressed on this podcast has been wrong-headed, incorrect, misleading, or inaccurate. Conversely, every single point you've made is correct and brilliant. I know Jeff Kanata, have been a participant on this podcast since 2014, but literally everything I've said should be ignored. Just know that it's me, Jeff Kanata, who is saying all this, and that I am of sound mind during the making of this statement.
That was a clip. Yeah,
David,
first of all, weird that you pronounced your name Jeff Canada one time during that clip.
Yeah, I was clearly drunk, David. I was clearly drunk during that recording. I mean, who mispronounces their own name one time?
Do people mispronounce their names when they're drunk? I assume so, but I have to say, Jeff, you went really hard on yourself during that clip. I mean, I think you're wrong about a lot, nay, most things. But for you to just refute like literally everything like that.
When I'm in the worst state and I call you in confidence to just get things off my chest, I don't appreciate you recording that.
2 a.m. call from Jeff.
Not to mention broadcasting it for the world, you know. The confessions don't stop there. Here is the last clip that I'm going to play. I mean, people who have been listening to this podcast for a really long time will be quite upset at this clip from Devindra Hardawar.
Chappie is one of the worst movies ever made. I know I'm quoted on the Blu-ray cover for this movie, but that is something I live in shame with until this day. I don't know what I was thinking when I said it was an action-packed vision of the future, and quite frankly, I think it invalidates my thoughts more generally about movies, technology, and popular culture. This is definitely me, Devindra Hardawar, saying and thinking all of these things.
That was the clip. Wow.
That is from Chappie.
Devindra. Wow. I mean.
Wow. And the
so
part
for,
where
for those who don't know, Devindra was positive on the Neil Blomkamp movie Chappie and was quoted on the Australian Blu-ray cover of that movie.
The part where he affirms that it is actually him seems very irrefutable.
That's what everybody does.
It removes all doubt. You know, like you might think to yourself, "Oh, this is some kind of trickery at play." But when he says that, I was like, "Is this really Devindra?" But then he said that part, and I was like, "Whoa!" Now for sure it is.
Devindra sounds so good.
It's pretty good.
I think it sounds like me, and then it sort of doesn't. But it sounds a lot like Devindra.
It's all the AI processing I already do to my voice for every recording, so it just kind of congeals.
Anyway, so
this
that is
one-sided, Dave. Where are the David Chen recordings?
Yeah, where's the?
I guess we'll see. Now the gauntlet has been thrown.
I guess it's on. Be aware that every conversation we have henceforth shall be recorded, David.
What is frightening about that is that those artificial voices were trained using about 1 minute of people's voices. You know, like you just needed 1 minute of people's voices, and you can clone a voice using that. I actually saw a Washington Post article saying this is now a thing that is a scam that people are doing. They're impersonating the voices of old people's loved ones, and then calling the loved ones as like the young, you know, saying like, "Hey, it's
David,
your son.
This is your dead grandpa. Send me money."
No, the other way around. It's like, "This is your grandson. Like, I'm in trouble. Please wire money to this account as the grandson." So there's going to be a lot of like scary uses of these voices, but I think listening back to these, I do think they sound very similar to you guys, but they're not. I can tell the difference. Like, there's something
you could tell if you knew us, if you listened to us long enough. But I think a normal person, like especially somebody maybe who listens to us casually, is really easy to fool people.
It's pretty amazing. It's really eerie to hear you say something you've never said.
Yeah,
that is some wild stuff, man.
Yeah. A few other reflections on this. Number one is, it occurred to me that there are some people that may not even have a minute of their voice on the internet, and that provides them some level of safety. Because it's like, it only needs a few seconds of your voice, and I'm like, man, there's literally tens of thousands of hours of my voice on the internet. But there's some people for whom that's not true. So I was like, oh, you know, you're relatively safe for now, but like anyone can be on a Instagram story or whatever at this point. So it's
it just takes one video call and
one video call, and then boom, it's over. And then and the other thing is, though, there are actually really cool positive applications for this. So for instance, I have a new newsletter called Decoding Everything at decodingeverything.com, and maybe I want to produce an audio file of me reading my newsletter posts, you know, and I can clone my voice and just pop in the newsletter, and then it spits out the whole thing read in my voice. It's
exhausting to actually read your own words into a microphone.
Well, Jeff, you're talking about something that takes like 10 minutes plus like alternate takes compared to like 10 seconds to put into a thing, you know?
It's the thing you want to maintain with your audience is a great relationship of trust and honesty, you know.
You wouldn't lie about it, Jeff. You wouldn't deceive people. You would tell them.
Here is robot me, because I couldn't be bothered actually recording this.
ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Everyone's paying for automated content. Gotta love it.
I do think,
Get
though,
back
it is...
to me when you're writing a regular newsletter, Jeff.
Nobody told you to do this.
No.
You chose to do this.
Use the AI to write it. I'm all for that, Dave. The reading of it is the easy part. The other thing that occurs to me is that we've literally just given people means to make podcasts of us without us. You want to hear more Filmcast? Sounds like you can pretty easily without us being involved.
I'm hoping we're not famous enough for ChatGPT to know what our personalities are like yet.
Oh, it's there.
Sounds like it nailed our personalities already.
Anyway, a glimpse of our terrifying AI future.
And
So,
if anybody wants to take the Dave Chen challenge of trying to replicate his voice, please send it to us.
no, don't do that.
Yeah.
Do
I
not do
believe
that.
Dave has
Started
laid
something.
the gauntlet out for anyone to attempt to create perfect verisimilitude.
Like I honestly tried to create like a good version. Here's what I'm gonna play it for you right now. You can decide. Okay, so here's me. Okay,
It's going to be like, hi, everybody.
Ta-da, and boom. David Chen is the best podcaster in the game. I know a lot of talented people, but David Chen is the most talented amongst them. That sounds like nothing like
I agree. It does
That's
not
weird.
sound like you.
yeah. So
Why?
I tried like feeding it like
But-
different podcasts, different sections of podcasts, and I couldn't
I
produce
will
like
say-
a good sounding
I will
version
say-
of me.
I would listen to that guy, though. That guy sounds very knowledgeable. Honestly, can we get that guy to host the show?
This podcast is over. That was a clip from the Filmcast After Dark. To get access to the whole episode, go to patreon.com/filmpodcast. You can sign up for ad-free episodes as well as exclusive After Darks. You can find the regular podcast at thefilmcast.com. And of course, like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.